Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, chat. Hello, chat. Hello, Tholazor. Hello, Moppack. Hello, D the Quiet. Hello, Hex. Hope everyone's doing well. We will be listening to bug music today. We are listening to bug music today while we'll be playing Farm Sim. I think this stream is a lot of things. This stream is going to be a lot of things at once. This is a test run of a lot of things. I'm bringing back audio splitting with the VODs. Hopefully I did it right. There should be no bug music in the VOD. We'll know if a copyright kicks my face in, right? But that's what we'll be listening to today. We're also going to be trying out a various collection of mods. Yeah, bug testing. Quite literally bug testing for Farm Sim. I've had an urge to play this game. Is there supposed to be music now? Yes, there is supposed to be. I don't know if you hear it. I might have messed up. There should be music playing right now. I see it. I see it in OBS. Here, let me click on my stream. I don't hear anything. Maybe it might be really quiet. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's super quiet. Really? I see. Okay. Okay, I'm getting some weird errors on YouTube as well. It's talking about the ingested stream contains multiple audio streams to contain only one audio stream. And it's giving me a warning for poor on... Alright, let me stop the music. If I make it any louder, it'd be too loud for me. So I'm changing that on... Let me see if I fix this error on YouTube. Hi, Clinker upstairs. I just stopped that music. Yeah, it's giving me a poor... Is YouTube quality fine? I'm sorry it was low. But I can't turn it up any higher. I can't turn it up any higher or it starts to scream at me. That's weird that it's doing that. That is very weird that it's doing that. YouTube quality is fine. Quality of stream is fine. Okay. Alright, that's weird. Huh. Very peculiar. Very peculiar indeed. It's time for bug? Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, it seems like that didn't work. That seemed like an atomic failure. I tried playing this music. Why is this in a list? I tried playing this music. This is bug music. But it did not work. It did not work for some reason. I don't know why. YouTube is still giving me an error. I don't want to refresh the page. Open widget. It's claiming that it's receiving multiple audio streams. I'm going to stop and start the YouTube stream because I want this error to go away. All right. Well, no, it should be fine. You guys are saying it's fine, then it's fine. I'll just leave it there. YouTube can throw a fit about it if they want. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah, I just wanted to try and separate the audio from the Twitch VOD like I used to do. What I plan to do was what I plan to do is what I used to do, where I would have, when I used to stream to just Twitch and YouTube, I would stream and there would be, oh, that now it went away. Now the alert went away. Emerge, torture the Clippers. Well, I used to have it so only Twitch Live had the music, right? only Twitch Live had the music, then the Twitch VOD wouldn't have it and YouTube wouldn't have it at all because YouTube copyright is extremely aggressive. That's what I would do. She hates us. But it seems like even though I tried to replicate those settings best I can, it didn't work out this time. For some reason, it's quiet for Twitch, which doesn't make any sense because literally, I look at the capture and it was very loud for me. It was the most I could withstand. Which is very odd. Okay, well, let's switch back to desktop audio. I might have to play around with those settings more. It also looks like the bitrate was more volatile then. Just looking at it on the graph here, having done that, it didn't, whatever setting I did, it did not, none of the streaming services liked it. All I did was I used the multi-RTMP plugin, and I had Twitch and Kick use the same encoder for audio settings, but then YouTube I had separate. But now things are stable, so obviously I need to go back to the drawing board. I thought I did it right, but evidently not. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, we're gonna be playing Farm Sim today. I'm gonna look for different music to play. I guess we'll just be listening to what music should we listen to? I guess I'll just listen to my just chatting music, or maybe just the sound of rain. I don't know if I want to make people fall asleep like so quickly. I have a bunch of lo-fi I could play. A bunch of lo-fi I could play. Where is this? Or we could just listen to my just chatting music. Sound of rain and cicadas to go for a 1-2 punch. Yeah. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Alright, here's the just chatting music. I guess we'll be listening to this one for right now. I wonder, can I play this rain? Windows Media Player. This is a nice volume. Rain and cicadas. Yeah. Really eepy sleepy time. Alright. So here's the plan. I've never done the game plan for Farming Sim 2025 today. Like I said, this is a test run. I've never made a mod pack like this before. In fact, I haven't played Farm Sim in a little while. There's probably some stuff I am missing that I might need. I've tried to be pretty good about things I may need. You know, like not lacking options. But basically, there's a mod that creates that tells you what year every machine came out, and then there's a mod where you can limit what years of vehicles are available to you. So essentially, we're gonna be playing Farm Sim as if we're in the 1980s, and I'm just gonna keep it. You didn't test it before stream. It would take a lot to test everything. So this is kind of a test run. I'm on a whole new map. There's 3 things going on. There's the 1980s mod pack that I put together, along with a bunch of other smaller mods that should help us. We're ensuring that that works. We're ensuring that we're not locked out of certain things. We're gonna be stuck in the 1980s. I am not so the way the mod works is that every year in game, time passes progression wise, and then more stuff becomes more available to you. I just have it set to 1989, so we get the entirety of the 1980s. I like SnowRunner, but for farming? I haven't played SnowRunner. Play Country Roads Take Me Home for the whole stream? That would be funny. That would be funny. Stuck in the 1980s. I am also doing a start from scratch run with only 100k. So the most we'll have is one field early on. A little bit of, we need to be careful with our purchases, right? We need to be careful with our purchases. And then finally, it's a new map, a map I've never been on. Going to be a Massey family? We'll see. We'll see. I've already created the save. We have 202 mods. And the map is Backroads Country. Yeah, these are some of our mods that we have. A lot of it is basically anything from the 80s and prior. So there's some really old stuff. There's some stuff that's brand spanking new, but is more expensive. And we'll just have to see how it goes. We'll just have to see how it goes. A lot, like I'm showing you, a lot of this mod relies on older, like having older vehicles as a mod. God damn, yeah, 202 mods. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. What inspired this? Unironically, what inspired this was because I've been playing Car Mechanic Sim a lot, right? And I had the urge to get like a project vehicle or project something in real life, right? I don't have space for a whole project car, obviously, right? I don't have tools, I don't have space, I don't have a garage to work with or anything like that, right? But I was looking around on Craigslist and I saw an old tractor for less than 1k. I didn't buy it and it's already gone. But it really was like, man, I was thinking about it more and more and more. I was like, man, I could 200% fix up an old tractor. When will I start to get paid for wrangling your poor financial cravings? The bug yearns through the fields, basically. So as you can see in the top right, we are in August 1989, year 1. And we're gonna be stuck in 1989 forever. So this is what we've got to work with. This is a smaller map, but I think it's a good area to test out what we want to do. There's lots of fields available for all kinds of price points. I'm really thinking about Farmland 10. I already took a look at all of this. As you can see, there's all kinds of lands in different shapes and sizes. It's really small land up here. That's $27. There's also, this is like this area here is like the starting area. But we don't have it because we didn't do, what the? I could just sell this? That bottom bin? What is that? I can just sell that? I guess it's a silo. We have a flour mill. General store, sell all. Manure. Animal dealer. Gas station. Yeah, like I said, this is a test run of a lot of things. Gas station's all the way down here. Vehicle shop's all the way over there. We're probably going to start with field 10, and as you can see, we have a lot of older vehicles. These are all really old vehicles. Some of them have horsepower only in like 20 or 30 horsepower. 20 to 30 horsepower on some of them. Like, let's look at this one. 35 horsepower for some of these. This one has 20 horsepower. This one has 18. This one has 50. And we're also gonna have to try our best because not everything got the filter properly. Like, this is obviously a newer vehicle, right? This is obviously a newer vehicle, a newer tractor, but it was added on later to the game. Like, you see how there's no year here? If I click on this one, it shows a year. I have to move out of the way for it. Hold on. This one says 1987. This one says 1986. This one doesn't have a year. I'm gonna try to avoid anything that doesn't have a year. That's added by the mod, because the mod that adds years to all the vehicles isn't applied to everything, unfortunately. 1982. So here's the idea. Here's the idea. We're in the middle of August. I want to put some stuff in the ground immediately, right? The only really thing we can plant right now is canola, grass, oilseed radish, and poplar, which, you know, isn't really gonna work for us. Some old farm film. I'm not sure what year it is, so I think it's definitely older. Let's go take a look at field 10, which is the field I'm interested in. This is field 10. Wow, this is a lot of field already. This is a lot of field to work with. Right now it's owned by Katie, and she's growing carrots. She's growing carrots. The thing is, guys, I intend to spend all of our budget, right? We need a tractor. We need land. We need a tractor. We need, what is it? And we need a harvester. We need a plow. Yeah, we need a tractor, a plow, a seeder, and a harvester. Bare minimum, right? That is the bare minimum we need. So let's take a look and see what we need. So we need a seeder. The cheapest seeder here, I have no idea if it works. This is the Agromet. No idea if this works. There's a hand seeder that we could do. There's some seeders here from the 1980s, but this one is like from the 70s. I don't know how much horsepower it requires. The game does not say, unfortunately. But I think what we need to do is wait till next month, right? For wheat and barley, and we could plant wheat. I think that makes the most sense to me. Like I said, I don't know what horsepower this one requires, but hopefully we can still use it. Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck with the hand seeder. Yeah, there's not very many seeders out there. All of these are from the 80s. Even though I've got mod packs that install stuff from everything from the 80s and beforehand, we still only have seeders from the 80s, which is really sad. And they have horsepower requirements that are really high. I'm going to assume the majority of seeders require at least 60 horsepower, because those ones did. Here are also our plows. We have some really easy ones down here, some really small plows, but it seems like the only other ones that are not that, besides the hand ones, require at least 80 horsepower. These lizard ones here. This one's from the 1964. This one's from 1977. So maybe we'll aim for at least 60 or 80 horsepower with our first tractor, if we can afford it. And then we need a harvester and then a harvester head. So this is a combine harvester. There's some pretty inexpensive ones from the 60s here. There's hand harvesters. The horsepower on these doesn't matter as much. We just need to be able to buy the grain header. Right. I would probably prefer the New Holland one, but that seems a little too rich for our blood right now. I think we're gonna be stuck with one of the cheaper ones at the moment. These have 90 horsepower, 17.5K, plus another 4.5. You know, that's about 20 grand. You see what I mean? I don't feel like doing all the math right now, but I think we should just go ahead and buy crop plot 10, farmland 10. This is almost 4, what is this, HA? Hi, Austin. Is that like an acre or something? I don't know. Let's take a look at our tractors before we commit to anything. Alright, a lot of these are really expensive. We might be stuck with a really cheap one for a while. And also, we do have stuff like contracts. Oh, look! This thing's on sale. Look, the New Holland... Is this... The New Holland Harvester is on sale. That's not bad. And it's actually fucking fantastic. Wait, holy shit. That's actually so good. Kataka! Kataka, thanks so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good stream. Yeah, there's a used New Holland Harvester for sale, which is actually a huge deal. That's actually so lucky. And it says it's only had 22.7 operating hours on it, but it's from the 60s. We would just need to buy the head for it. So that's a lucky break, I would say. Yeah, because remember, we only have 100K to work with. That was good. Just did some trucking. Nice. Very nice. So grain headers. So we would need... Was it this one? This one's 6.5K. That's not too bad. For the savings we get, that would be a really good harvester. But what horsepower were we looking for again? We were looking for at least 60, right? So we get a look at our tractors here. This one's 12. This is 30. This is 45 horsepower. I don't know what our budget exactly is. This is why I'm saying we should probably just go ahead and buy our farmland and just see where it takes us. So this is 50 horsepower. That might be able to make do. That might be able to make do. 59 to 81 horsepower for 10K. Some of these options are obviously not like very viable because like this one's only got 26 horsepower but still costs that much. I feel like stuff like this is really useful for like for later on when we have NPCs. Also, I forgot to mention, Dolazor, thank you so much for like the 100 stream streak. That's insane. I forgot to comment on it earlier. Wait, this is 79 horsepower for a Ford 6,600. This is from 1976. 79 horsepower. That's not bad. 8.5. That might be what we have to go with. So you said you were trucking Kataka? Were you playing, what, were you playing Truxton? Alright, let's see. We are going to buy crop plot 10. Farmland 10. Alright, we have 39K left. We have 39K left. So it has these carrots still growing here. Yeah. I see, okay. There's not a... I don't think we have the equipment to harvest this. If I was to buy that harvester right now... Yeah, these are all grain headers. Placing header. Placing. I would need... What was it? Is it a forage harvester? Corn. Yeah, we don't have the stuff to harvest this. I mean, at least American Truck Sim and just have the old Peter. Did some long hauls. Nice. Let me turn off the filter and go to specialty headers. Sunflowers. Header trailers. I don't think any of these get carrots. Yeah, these are all grain. I'm just taking a look. Is it root crops? Oh. Vegetable harvesters. So this is what we would need. To get a vegetable harvester, we would need... Oh, we don't have anything that's arrow appropriate. These are all from later on, 2023. Right, so we can't do anything with this. We can go ahead and plow over this, if we so please. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn the filter back on for what we have. And yeah. I think I'm gonna buy this one. I think I'm gonna buy this this harvester. I think it's a good idea. Old Clayson. I don't know how much it can hold though. 1.9 M. Cover chopper. Railings. We want railings or a cabin? Probably a whole cabin, right? I like the big yellow machine. I'm not sure what the chopper is. I think the chopper might be like a spreader. Like it chops up like the chaff and then spreads it across your field. But 100 horsepower for a combine from the 60s, only for 7.6K. I think it's a pretty easy buy. I think it's a pretty easy buy. Of course, we'll need our grain header. It only has the one available. It only has this one available. So we'll buy that as well. We have 24K left to work with. We still need a plow, seeder, seeds, and a tractor. Everything else from that is an accessory. So let's go ahead and grab our combine though and move it over here because we'll just need it eventually. Oh, I forgot. The Toby eye tracking works here. It's kind of jarring. It's kind of jarring. Wait, I forgot that Toby works. I don't know why it's so jittery. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn that off. Because I don't really need it for this game. Because I'm more than likely doing stuff in the third person. Control devices. Is there a way I can turn off game settings? So this is our settings, by the way. Is there a way I can turn off our Toby? You Yeah, there's sensitivity. I just want to turn it off. Turn it off entirely. Set it to 0. Well, it's less jarring at least. I'm trying to remember. How do I select camera? Oh, okay. Look at that. It's kind of slow, but that's okay. It should last us a while. Nice! This is our first farm equipment. Look at it go. We got a full tank of gas. I think we need to go this way. We're gonna go ahead and take it to our field. We're just gonna have to move everything to our field. She's chunky and beautiful. Yeah, she's a little worn, but that's okay. We should get good service out of her. Yeah, we have a straw swathe. Yeah, that thing is a straw swathe. Okay. It's a very nice looking combine. I think I like it a lot. I don't think it holds very much. Dude, that is just the engine. Full, like, completely. So go left, right, yeah. And just follow the road. That is literally the engine right there. That is the whole engine. And I'm pretty sure that's also where we store the crops. The crops just go in the engine bay. I think that's how it works, at least, right? Or does it just immediately pipe out everything? Your feet reach the pedals. It's anything is if your feet reach the pedals, you can operate it. Yeah. Focus certified to operate this machine. Yeah. I hope this is the right kind of harvester, genuinely. This is why it's also a test run. If I ended up picking the wrong harvester, well, we're gonna find out. Does this harvester hold stuff? Hold on. Let me think about it. Hold on. It says 1.9 M3. That is the capacity of it. I'm Brittany with this brightly. That looks so cool. Yeah, so this does hold something. It just holds very little. But it's a mean old combine. It should get the job done. You don't just have the AI run the harvester and drive a pickup truck next to it if it doesn't hold anything. 1.9 meters cubed. Yeah. It doesn't hold a whole lot, but that's okay. Stuff like trailers and the like, we don't need immediately. I miss the Dalbo music. Dalbo. Dalbo? Look at our character. I made a nerdy looking character with a mustache. She hates YouTube? I posted that like 20 minutes ago. Really? I'm sorry. I was really focused. I need to find a chat combiner again. Just for my end. Just for my end. Alright, today we're gonna focus on moving everything over. Honestly, it's probably gonna take us all stream to plow the field. To be honest with you. I mean, that Ford seemed like a good option for what we wanted to do. I need to look at the horsepower on it again. I don't hate YouTube. I wonder if if there's a way I could move. Okay, I'm trying to think about, okay, how do I put seeds in the seeder when it's time? I have no idea. I mean, you just, right, like, how do I move seeds quickly when we need seeds from the shop to our field when it's time for that? All right, we've got our harvester over here. Seems pretty good. Okay, that's one thing moved over. We now need to look at plows again. So we're looking for at least this one. It's 80 horsepower, and this is from the 1977. But there are smaller plows if this is all we can manage. All right. If this is all that we can manage, then that's what we got. These are very inexpensive, but this requires at least 80 horsepower. This requires 85. That's from 1960. Everything else beyond that is really expensive. There are also cultivators that we could use. This is from 100. These don't require as much. Shadow cultivators for shadow cultivation or seedbed creation of fields. 31 horsepower. This might be an option for us. From 1949. It's only $800. But let's take a look at our tractors. So this is 14 horsepower. This is 85, but it's 38K. This Ford one is 80 horsepower for 8.5. Operator platform. Wheel brands. Michelin. I kind of like the Michelin tires. Narrow tires 2. Wheels with crop destruction. Filter height. You can customize it. Steering system, design 1. Oh, it's more expensive. Exhaust. front weight. Oh. Yeah, you add a weight to the front. That's 360 kilograms. I'm just taking a look at everything we have. Rear weight. Well, we don't need a rear weight. Panel protection can. Oh, it's just right here. Kind of like the look of it without it. Attachers with hydraulic control. We can always upgrade this later on. Battery location standard. This thing is so customizable. The battery's like up in here, but I guess you can also have it on the side if you want. If you love to get corrosion on your battery. Hold on. I'm having my headset is beeping at me. Let me change batteries real quick. Dr. Arc is real. Elgarin. Not Elgarin. Ringo. You said that they don't build them like they used to? Yeah. Sorry, I completely butchered your name. El Ringo. Or maybe I've been butchering it this whole time. Dun dun dun. It's easy to move seeds to do as the squirrels do. True. Well, these guys like custom PCs. Reduction color. Front chassis color when active. Is this just gonna be blue? You've had a wonderful day? Yeah, I have. This is 8.8K for 79 horsepower. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty good. For 8, I'm gonna keep looking around though. This is 70 horsepower. Like all these are more expensive. This is 50 horsepower for 10K less. That's a whole lot of less horsepower. This is more money. 35 horsepower. Obviously, there's gonna be some better options. I think what we've seen with this Ford here, this one's upgradable to 102, but I'm not sure if that actually puts us in the threshold that we need. Right. Money for these horses? 8.5K is a very good price to pay. Considering that we just need something to pull our cedar, which will probably be this one. Yeah. Let's see. And our plow, which is this one. It'll be struggling with the plow, but it should be good. Like, not even these ones can compare. Whoa, this one goes from 95 all the way to 300. Eventually we'll probably have to upgrade to a better one. 79 horsepower. Yeah, I think this is it, guys. This is our tractor. This has got to be our tractor. Local awning. Let's go to Michelin. Narrow tires 2. Exhaust. Giant exhaust. Let's get the front weight. The heaviest front weight they have. Just all the time. Front loader attacher. Whoa, wait, what? We could do front loading with this thing? Oh, wow. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't know if we need that right now, but that's certainly an option. It's certainly an option. I think we're just gonna keep it as this for right now. And I'm just outright buying things. I'm not leasing them. I'll only lease stuff, you know, when we're really like, we're gonna use this for a while. I intend to get the full usage out of this thing. Right, so we're gonna buy this one. Right, which we just did. And then we obviously need our cedar. Well, we need our plow. We should be able to do this one. We're like 1 horsepower short. But we should be okay. It's actually really expensive. Hold on. Would we be better off with this one? Maybe an older one would be better off for us. These are so expensive. $80 horsepower, 9 kp. This is faster. This one's really fast, but it's 8K. It's from 1977. Look at how big the range is on it. Doing tractor now? Yeah, we are. I hope we can. So that costs 8K. We have our header. We have our combine. We have a tractor. We just need a plow. And then our cedar, which our cedar is really cheap. It should be this one. I want to use this one. The agromet. I want to use this one. Oh. This one has wheels. Oh, there's multiple versions. Toolbox. Twisted test gutters. Fill level indicator. Covers. Scrapers. Harrows. He just needs to plant seeds. Filter weighting. I don't know what all these do. I might just buy a basic one. You can change the color of the cedar. Make it blue. Level customization, this is crazy. This is a fan mod, right? Yeah, it is. So I think that's what we want to go for, is this one. Let's just get the basic one. We can always modify it later. 280 liters. Let me just change the cedar color to blue. To match the blue we currently have. Is that same color of blue? No, our blue is way different. This is our tractor. Maybe we should just go with white. I think our frames are chugging a little bit. Are you seeing that? Are our frames low, or is it just the movement is really sluggish? I think it might be our frames are low. Let me see if I can do this one. What are our graphic settings set to? Ultra quality. Oh. It's freezing. Let's set it on medium. Whoa. Okay, that feels a lot better. Oh, wait, no, it's getting really stuttery. Getting really stuttery for some reason. That's weird. Anyways, let's buy our cedar. These other ones are really expensive. I want to get this one though. I think I'm just gonna change the wheels to this one. Very inexpensive. Wow, okay. Look at that. Select seed. It's currently set to wheat. You can lower the cedar. It's a very small cedar. Looks like Ned Flanders, yeah. There's some weird stuttering going on ever since I changed the settings. But okay. I think we'll be alright. Ooh, tractor, yeah. This tractor is pretty speedy. I might have to restart my game. It seems changing the settings caused something weird to happen. I think so far though, even though we're in the 80s, we've been using stuff mainly from the 60s and 70s. I can't remember how old this tractor is, but I do know that the combine we have is from like 1966. This cedar we have is definitely, I think, from the 70s. Yeah, I'd have to look and see how old this tractor is, but I think it's also from the 60s or 70s. Who knows, maybe we could have been stuck in the 1970s instead of stuck in the 1980s. Who knows? Who knows? Oh my god, you know what I forgot to do? We have to turn around. You have to go back. I forgot to buy seed and then load up the cedar. Yeah, we need seeds. Duh. Duh. We're in the 80s and not fun from what I heard? I guess so. We're mainly just restricted on... We're restricted on what equipment we can use. Which is why, you know, like we have older equipment and we're also on a very limited budget. We bought farmland for 60K a combine for with the harvesting head used for about 12 or 13k. I was wondering about that. Should I have said something? No, it's fine. You're good. A classic Twitchy blunder. Go ahead and buy some seeds. Oh, it's over there. Refill cedar. Dang! Alright, there we go. It looks like we're gonna have to buy that more often. I mean, we barely hold any, it seems like. My Volvo 240 got my ass sick and I hate it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might have to keep a skid steer by the vehicle shop just so we can load seeds into things. That might be something we have to do. I think the weights was a good idea. It keeps us a little front heavy than this thing. I mean, I imagine with this thing full of seed, it weighs a lot more now. But yeah, we should be more balanced in general. New precision farming DLC mod, is that something I should get? I did see that it was a thing, but I don't know what it does. I do not have precision farming installed. If it is something I should get though, then you know, tell me about it, you know? Very rarely said I need less weight on the front of my tractor in Farm Sim, but when I do, it's very funny. Right, we're gonna drop off the cedar, and then the next thing we have to do immediately after that is well, we're gonna have to go get what is it, a plow, and start plowing. The reason why I'm choosing a plow, by the way, is because a plow a plow, you don't need it. It just gives you info on your prints on like pH value, nitrogen level, soil types, and harvest yield. Oh, I see. A little realism to the game. I see. Okay, that does sound pretty interesting. I wonder, is this something I can add to a save I've already started? Because I don't want to lose out on the fact that we got a used deal on the combine, right? You know, if I have to start, I know we're early on, but you know, missing out on that combine would really suck. Because it saves it, I mean, like, it gives us a little leftover money to work with. Yeah, we're almost there. Whoa, what is happening to my frames? Can you free in the mod hub? Just add it before you start the game. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's before you start a game. See, we've already started this one, is the thing. Like, is it like new saves only? Ads are snoozed for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's when you select mods. That should work with old saves too? Oh, okay, okay. If it works with old saves, then that's fine. Let's see. Lower cedar. Leave that there for now. Alright, we need to head back because we need our plow. The thing is, what's nice about plows is that they kick up rocks, but the rocks aren't huge. And we don't get weeds. And I don't want to buy a whole weeder. I just want to plow. We're going to be making this drive quite often, it seems. It's weird that there's no traffic on these other roads. I think it might be easier. It might be easier. I mean, I know I could reset the position of this tractor, then tab all the way there. They're afraid of the Ford tractor. They are. With its little honk. Hi, Benny. How are you? How are you, Stubbs? I saw Stubbs also joined us. I like our little Ford tractor. You're evil? Stubbs is evil? Why have you chosen evil, sir? Funny? How does the audio sound, guys? Are you guys getting a little overwhelmed by the music and the rain? I've been working a lot. I work close just sometimes, so I can catch your streams off today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So that's a relief. Nice. Nice. It's good to have you. I can hear the tractor trucking along. Sounds good. Okay. Audio sounds good. Okay, just making sure. Overwhelmed? Yeah, it might be louder for me. So I'm getting a little overwhelmed. Guy down the street is a wizard? You're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard. How about you? How's your summer going out? Got any plans for vacation? I'm just gonna work and I'm gonna stream. That's all I do. Maybe do something with Papa Buggy. Papa Buggy and Mama Buggy. Maybe try to see Seki if I can. If money allows. Bum 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 bum. Gonna go camping this summer? Nice. Camping sounds like a lot of fun. Camping sounds like a lot of fun, for sure. Alright, let's see if we can get this plow. Let's see if we can get this plow. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, alright. There's also disc harrowers. Oh. Shallow cultivation of fields. We could technically get these as well, but I'm just going for this one. This lizard one. The 6M. We're not gonna have much money left over, but this should be... This is 20. This is a really fast one. We should be able to haul this. It's 100 kilograms. It's really light. Is this an actual plow? Is this like, is there a plow that this is based on in real life? Make short work. Yeah, 6 meters wide. I think we'll spend more time seeing. It says 1977. Is this a real one? I've put a request for unpaid time off, so I'm hoping in good time because I missed last year's. Yeah. It's so hard to get time off sometimes. You know what I mean? I feel like you really have to fight your workplace just to get stuff done sometimes. Dude, literally, I wanted a week off for my birthday, and they didn't even give it to me. They only gave me 2 days. And then even then, they were asking me to come in and work. Like, can you believe that? They tried to get me. I'm requesting time off since I started working. Started this grocery store job on the 30th of January. Oh, I see. I wanted a whole week off. And even then, after they already agreed to give me the just 2 days of the week, they tried to take those 2 days away from me. That's insane. Yeah, they tried to make me move it to another time. And I'm just like, that's not happening. So they knew it was your birthday? Yeah. Then they act surprised when things are still going on around my birthday. I told them, hey, I want it, like, they tried to get me to stay longer during one of the days that I would have had off. If I had gotten my week off, right? They tried to get me to stay longer, and I was like, I can't. I have, like, there are relatives at my house, and they're like, oh, we didn't know that you still had people over. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted a whole week off. Just because I can't get the whole week off doesn't mean that their plans are changing, right? If family's visiting for a whole week, but I only get 2 days off, the family's still gonna visit for a whole week. It just means I'm working while they're here. You know, you guys have chosen to deny me of that. They forced a weekend day on me, and I proceeded to take every Friday off for the rest of the year. And even then, even now, they still tease that they want me to have, even now, my workplace teases that they want me more available on the weekends. Which I think is kind of ludicrous. Work, yeah. Like they joke and go, haha, yeah, just please be more available on the weekends. And I'm like, bro, you are the ones who hired unreliable weekend staff, okay? I can train them, but I can't force them to come into work. I can train them all damn day, right? I train them on how to do the job, and yet they come in on the weekend, they don't do the job, and call out every other weekend, right? So, like, you just need to fire them and find new people already. It's not a matter of I'm not putting in enough work. It's a matter of other people are not doing their job. You know, they need to take responsibility for the fact that they hired people that are unfit for the job. With how much you've been covering your leave, do you think they give you time off that you requested? Oh yeah. The thing is that my shift is unbelievably hard to fill, right? So my position, they have a hard time filling to like get people to cover me because I work third shift. I also do a lot of background work for my role, right? I do work that if it didn't get done like on the back end, stuff will just cease to function, right? Manager's duty to handle that, not yours. Yeah, exactly. Which is like unironically, I've unironically handled literally every single time they've asked me to come in and do extra work. I've taken it 99% of the time. And yet the one time I don't is when I start getting jokes about you need to be more available on the weekend. And I'm just like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? And like, we've had our boss change twice now. And now we've got a new boss, and the new boss doesn't know all the hard work I've already put in. So now the new boss just thinks, because of that one time I couldn't make it, thinks that I'm unreliable. And I'm just like, dude, fine. Think that I'm unreliable. Fine. Don't call me. Don't call me. You know, don't call me to come in if you think I'm unreliable. I actually am, but fine. You know, you believe whatever you want to believe. You know, when they count all the overtime hours I did this year so far, you know, then they'll fucking know. Then they'll fucking know, but they don't know. Where's the for salespeople would get me banned? Alright, we have our plow, we have our combine, we have our harvester head, we have a seeder with seeds, we have seeds all the way back at the store. I think we have everything we need. We have land, seeds, you know, money to buy more seeds if we need more. My head chef hired an unreliable person a few weeks back and expected me to train her, and I told her That's funny. That's funny. So there's carrots in this field. The thing is, the harvester, we actually can't harvest these carrots. Given the limitations, I don't have one for the 80s where we can harvest carrots. I guess back then, dude, what is this convoy of cars driving by right here? That's crazy. Here's our crop plot. Let's see, steering assist. Show lines. Lower plow. Okay, I think we're getting it. Oh, it's slow. We're a little... We're a little anemic. All right. We're slowly chugging along. I think it's a good thing they don't call you anymore. Well, right now, the latest boss doesn't even have access to everything he needs. So that's part of why they don't call me anymore. I also think we've had one of our newest hires that I trained. She's also been picking up a lot of weekend shifts, which really helps out. Yeah, I can feel that we're just a little. We could use a little bit more power on this plow. But I still think it's worth chugging along with this one. I think it might be easier going downhill. Alright. It's working though. I'm trying to remember, what is the button? Still faster given it's 6 meters wide instead of like 1.2. Yeah. Getting this really beefy Ford plow really helped us. I know we cheaped out on our cedar, but I think that's fine. And I know we could have leased things instead, but we're gonna use this till it disintegrates in our hands. Until it literally disintegrates in our hands, guys. Only 9 miles every full 9-hour shift will do that. Oh wow, I kind of wish I had a job again where I was doing stuff physically, because I'm just out of shape, guys. If I was doing a job that required physical movement, then that would be pretty sweet, honestly. That would be pretty sweet. Oh, you don't have to work 10 hours a day anymore? You're getting close to having a heat stroke. Military, heavy industry, electronic, blacklisted. Landscaper buggy, mow the grass. I think we will eventually. I do want to have a cow farm. I will at some point probably turn an entire field into a grass field and turn a field into where I can have a cow plot. Right. I don't have to interact with annoying customers. Let's see. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Lower plow. And the steering assist back on. I just want to see the lions, and then I'll follow them. So employment starting soon is a nice little gun store, except I'm allowed to be rude to the customers. Good. Sorry for my farm job last week. Oh, I missed it that much. I'm okay with the set hours, not so much pay cut, but at least I'll be able to have a life instead of working 12 to 14 hours a day. That's an obscene amount of time to work. That's an obscene amount of time to work. We can have a set schedule and do overnight stalking. That'd be good. Yeah. Trying to find my vocabulary to be less obscene. 10,000 acres. Holy smokes. Good drivers, congratulations. This is the worst I've ever seen it done. Man, I'm hungry. In real life. Can you guess who didn't eat food when she woke up? Could it be moi? Literally, my parents have this recurring thing, right? Where they get food for me and I appreciate it, but the thing is like sometimes they'll see, like, remember they put things in context. I pay part of my rent goes towards groceries and food for me, right? They'll buy things for me to eat, but sometimes they'll get something that's kind of like, they know I have allergies, or they'll get something that's kind of like I'm really tired of. Like they like to get these deli sandwiches, even though it would be cheaper to just make our own sandwiches at home and just buy the ingredients. They like to get these deli sandwiches a lot, and it's just like it's literally like my least favorite sandwich thing ever, and I just didn't want to eat it, right? I just don't want it, so I just left it there, right, in the fridge. But then the thing is, my parents will see that deli sandwich in the fridge and be like, "Oh, Twitchy has food. We don't need to get her food." And this will happen until I eat it, and I'm just like, man. Literally, it just turns into me stopping eating. It just turns into me where it turns into a situation where I stop eating entirely. Make some more end already since I'm tropical water bug like you, not built for the heat. Uh-oh. Hex is melting. Remember somebody else's butt is the experience I've yet to try? What? Those Pop-Tarts my favorite? How many times do I need to say you need to get your own place? Yeah. I want to. I genuinely want to get my own place. Oh, going uphill with this thing is rough. Turning with this thing is rough. Okay, just lift it up. There you go. There we go. We're moving again. We're really working this freaking tractor hard. I used to keep a McDouble in my car cup holder until I was like 17. No one told me you couldn't just leave and meet up for a few days. Oh man. The thing is, Hex, I can't really afford my own place. Like, if I was to start paying rent anywhere, I would be so poor that I probably wouldn't even be able to afford anything at all. I don't pay very much rent to my parents, but literally we're talking about like a difference of like $1,000+ I don't make a whole lot of money, guys. I only make like $18.50 an hour, right, at my job. Which is not very much for here. I think you need at least $20 an hour to be considered like at a living wage in my area. Right. Most people aren't able to afford their own place. That's more than enough unless you're paying way too much for rent. Well, the thing is, rent around here starts at like $1,600 a month. That's the issue. Like at that rate, I could get a lease on like a condo and be paying house payments instead. Yeah, I'm serious. It costs that much to live here. If I wanted to rent a place out, I would need a roommate. Like literally, what happened is a bunch of New Yorkers came down to my state, bought up a bunch of land, and immediately all became landlords. And they're charging obscene prices. That's what's happening. That's what happened. So I like it. For like 500 a month? Yeah, I would be okay. 500 to 600 a month, I would move out in a heartbeat. 200%. Renting is due to? Yeah. Like, for that much money, though, 1,600, like, I could spend a little bit more money each month and actually try to, like, rent to own, like a property, like a house, you know? Like a trailer. So here's the way I think about it, Hex. I can either spend the less than $500 that I spend currently for rent to live with my parents and still be very close to work, or I could move out, pay over $1,600 to someone who's not in my family, who I don't know where that money is going, be further away from work, but at least have my own place. 1 bed, 1 bath in my neighborhood is $2,500 a month. Yeah, that's obscene. Literally, 2010 rent used to be $630 here. Now, 16 years later, it's over $1,000 a month. Those are financially available. I'd say jump on it, but if it's $1,600, yeah, screw that. Yeah, exactly. It's just not reasonable for me. It's just not reasonable for me. Which is why, like, if I'm gonna do anything, I need to, like, live with someone who also has a job. You know, because then at least we're just both paying like $800, right? Here because of the cheaper property taxes, then more lax laws for tenants have bought everything cheap. Yeah, I think it's a genuine problem. People coming from out of state just to buy property. You know, some colleges won't even consider you, don't even consider you in state, even if you've lived in the place for years. One of my friends went to Virginia to go to a college in Virginia, and the like, I don't know, the board, the whatever college there was like, yeah, my friend lived there for over a year as a resident, and then tried to get in-state tuition costs, and they were like, no, fuck you. Yeah, like, it's not even a matter how long you live here. We just decided, no, it doesn't count. Maybe what I should do is just move to another state. I don't know, a state where the rent is cheaper. Maybe that's what I genuinely need to do. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I should try to find remote work and just live in another state. What's with the minimum wages in your city? No. Alaska, don't actually. Sorry, I don't feel like saying what the minimum wage is in my state or city. I feel like it's too revealing. All the remote work is being offshored to Malaysia, where it's being done badly. Yeah. Thing is, even the remote work job that I had beforehand wasn't even truly remote work, because it required us to go into the office once a week. And they were trying to bring people back in. And dude, I hated the office It was so troublesome. All the time. Nobody pays minimum anymore? Yeah. Remote is like impossible now? How long have you been working a desk job? Well, I quit my desk job in October of last year. No, last year. I'm now a security guard. I'm for night shift and do camera room, and that's a lot comfier. And it's not remote, but it pays more. It literally pays more than my remote job. Current jobs are one to foreigners, a single digit percentage hired men. It means it's a de facto illegal to hire me. Ever work an office job or something where I'm sitting at a desk? I just get distracted. I like working with my hands. That's fair. Thinking about that, can't you even find decent work around the other states, have entry level positions, and offer to train you? Right? An employer I was turned down at just got 4/5 of their staff deported, and they still won't call me back. Yeah, they won't call you back because their HR got deported too. Unironically, that's probably why. Oh, come on, tractor. Yeah, nobody pays minimum anymore. Because they know no one can survive on minimum. HR make up like 80% of all jobs for any. Here's the deal. Literally, HR makes up jobs they think they'll need, makes listings for them, and then they don't hire anyone for a year. That's what they do. Hi, Jonathan Wilson. How are you? Did you know that a majority of jobs on Indeed are fake? Like 60% of them are fake. That's something that I heard. And some of them are faked by Indeed to make their site look more, yeah, to look more lucrative for investors, yeah. PvP loans for, and if they ever take them down, they owe it back. Yeah. In my current job, I got hired within a week. Dude, if you guys are looking for work, just become a security guard. There's always a need for security guard because a lot of places need 24-hour coverage. And they take just about anyone with a pulse. I know so because I've been training anyone with a pulse for the same job role ever since I started. They're like, oh wow, you're really smart, Twitchy. You're gonna become the trainer for this role. And ever since then, I've trained high school dropouts and countless amounts of people who don't know what they're doing. Literally we have an employee who didn't know how to turn computers off and on. I trained someone twice and she does not know how to turn a computer off and on. And she signed up for a role that uses computers. She lied in her interview. I trained someone for work who's literally never used until this job, who's never used Excel or Outlook before. No, your phone is like a mini computer. That's honestly the excuse I should start telling people who tell me they don't know how to do stuff on the computer. Is like, do you know how to do stuff on your phone? Then you know how to use a computer. I should honestly start using that on people. Because what happens is that people say, oh, I don't know how, I don't know how. I'm just like, you know how to Google things, right? Not if they have an iPhone. Is the interface? Yeah. I'm really surprised by like there's just this distinct lack of investigation skills. And it's not so much the lack of the skills as it is just the lack of willing to do any amount of investigation whenever they encounter an obstacle. Missing critical thinking. Yeah. The employees... Why am I not moving? The employees that I've been training, unironically, they encounter an issue. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna sit in this room for 8 hours and not do a single damn thing because I don't know what to do. Smile. And they don't feel the least bit bad about it. They don't feel any sense of duty at all. They don't think maybe I should look up what to do by checking my phone and Googling what the problem is. People think zip files are viruses? Oh my god. Did you see Ikambokum? I don't believe you don't know how to use a computer? Yeah. A lot of work has new guys too, and many of them don't even have any initiative. I wish they put me in charge of hiring for that role. Because I would literally just... I would just fire people. I would get on people's case about it. I would unironically, I'd walk in. Oh, you had this issue? Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call any of the people who could help you? You have a smartphone. You're allowed to use your phone to this work. Did you try Googling it? Here, I'll show you how to do it in 2 seconds. I'll show you how to Google. I'll be that kind of sassy. Like, because I've had to do that before. I've had to. I've already done that once before in my, like, not once before, multiple times in my old job. Where literally we had some of the most spoiled IT people in the entire world. When I was managing people in IT, they were some of the most spoiled people ever. It was so bad. Like, the only thing they had to do on their job when I was managing them was they had to do their training material and they had to check into a Teams meeting twice a day. Somehow, this was an impossible task for people who were at the time making more than double the amount of money I was making. They have college degrees. I have a college degree. They just don't know what they're doing. Literally, do you know, they did some of the stupidest shit ever. Oh, I guess I'm bleeding now. I don't know what happened. I guess I scratched my leg and now I'm bleeding. Ouch. Hold on. Sometimes again, I'm envious of my friend who works on a tugboat. That sounds so wholesome. When the IT dude bricked our storage system, so I had to undo what he did in the network cabinet. Oh. Sell the bug juice? No. Start bleeding for no reason. Yeah, my leg was itchy. I scratched it and I look at my fingers and I'm like, oh, that's blood. I took doing his work. Then the next HR person lost all the paperwork on the last HR and lost my 2 weeks notice and I quit. Oh my god. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. How do you just lose paperwork? Do we, like, if HR can just lose paperwork and be suddenly exempt from accountability, then I should be able to record every interaction I have with HR, including me handing paperwork to them. You know what I mean? I should be able to, like, walk into the HR's office. Hey, by the way, I'm recording this. I'm handing you this document to prove that I actually handed it to you. This is today's date and this is today's time. You know, I should be allowed to do that. But no, HR will have a problem with that. They're like, oh no, it's like a not respect of privacy, or they'll make up some policy. It's like, no, dude, if you're going to literally just lose paperwork and be no longer held accountable for the lost paperwork or the results of what happens when that paperwork is lost, then I should be able to record that stuff to protect myself. I think it's thrown at me for taking a legally required break at a time that was inconvenient for management. That's crazy. Working in America is something else. To be honest, there's some issues with the place I work at currently, but I genuinely think it's I'm genuinely grateful I'm at least working for an American company again, because the other company I was working for was terrible. They made it impossible to report injuries. Huh? How does that work? So so you can't get workman comp? I see all of my complaints for every job boil down to the woman power tripping and management. Really? I think more than anything that I really disliked at my old job. Okay, yeah, actually now I think about it, my very first job I had out of college, I left due to a woman power tripping and management. That's true. I worked in a facility where we had lab rats and mice, right? And I took care of them. But constantly, I was only a seasonal hire, right? But constantly they dangled full-time and like full employments, like being an actual employee for the company, in front of my face, like with jingly keys. Anytime they wanted something from me, right? Well, if you want to get actually hired, you have to do this. Well, if you want to get actually hired by us, you have to do this, you have to do that. And unironically, the supervisor for the room I was in would just make up shit. Would just make up shit to make you do more work. She told me, so here's the deal. I was fast enough to clean up, rebed, and like rehouse 700 cages of mice. Not 700, 400 cages of mice a day. They wanted me, they told me, unironically, to my face, that if I want to get hired there, I have to do 700 a day. I asked a senior person who had been working there forever. She said that she had never done 700 cages a day in her entire life. I asked some other people about it from other rooms. They were like, who the hell is doing 700 cages a day? That's what they were saying. They were absolutely perplexed at what I was telling them, right? Because no one is actually doing that amount. I asked another person. This person was a known kiss ass and yes man. Was like, oh yeah, I could do 700 cages. I just don't feel like it. Is what they said. And then the person who's telling me, the person in management telling me that I need to clean 700 cages a day, can't even do it because she has carpal tunnel. She can't even do 200 cages a day. But when I asked her about it, she was like, oh, did you know when I was your age, I did this for minimum wage. So you don't have any room to complain, Twitchy. You don't have room to complain about doing it for too little. For too little money. Smile. What a joke. So I ended up getting really depressed because I was never going to get hired there. Because they could just make up whatever. That management person ended up getting a promotion, so I just left. Absolutely zero relevance. Yeah. So I just left. I left that job. I was getting paid, I think 17 an hour there. But then paying like an extra $1 of it was going towards the agency, the temp agency that they were using for that company. And also, we didn't even get the full break. We don't get a full break from them. We got a 30-minute break, even though the company culture at the time was that everyone got an hour break. The actual employees got an hour break paid off. That was paid in fully. The temp hires only got 30 minutes, and then they just didn't get paid for the other 30 minutes for the hour break. So there's just an extra 30 minutes of me being there where I didn't get paid. Craziest HR story I've heard about was one day when this one lady that worked for the company for several weeks and then disappeared. We later found she got hired using a stolen identity. Yeah. Management and HR are the biggest problems in most places. Yeah. Something at that job with the lab rats and mice, though, something that pissed everyone off in that area, though, more than anything. She used to be a lot worse. She used to be one of the most vile people you could have ever known. Right? People hated her. But one day she decided, oh, I found God. And she started going to church, right? That's what she told people. And then from that point forward, she used that as an excuse to never work on Sundays, but she's got no problem sending other people to work on Sunday. Like, she outright refuses, like, due to my religious beliefs, I cannot work on Sunday, is what she would tell people. But then send other people who are also Christian and go to church that they need to work an upcoming Sunday. They need to work that Sunday or it's done for you. Remember the people who actually get ahead in the normal workforce? The people who are in the normal workforce are people who use lies and deceit. Hard work be damned, right? I'm kind of getting tired already with my current job, where literally we've changed management. We've changed. I've been here for about 1.5 years. My manager has changed twice, and my manager's about to change for a 3rd time. No, actually, it's already changed for a 3rd time. It's about to change for a 4th time. So we're going to be back to the drawing board again. I'm going to have to meet a new person, and they're just not going to have any idea for how things work. I asked Saturday off for religious reasons. They said I was making it up. If someone says something like that, I'm just like, hold on. Let me pull out my phone. I'm going to start recording. Can you repeat what you just said? Unironically, that's what I would do. You tell me, if management tells me I'm making up something, like something like that, right? I mean, I don't have any in a circumstance where that would happen, but unironically, someone says something like that to you, pull out your phone, start recording, and just ask them to repeat what they just said. Give context into the recording and be like, okay, so I just said this, and now I'm talking to so-and-so on this day, and I want you to repeat what you just said. And they say, oh, I don't consent to being recorded, and you say, that's what I freaking thought. You know, that's what I thought. You say that to me off the recording, but yeah. Because you know you're in the wrong. They know that they're in the wrong. They know they would never fly. Just throw her in jail for life. She's a menace to society. I bet she doesn't pull her. I bet she doesn't put her part back either. Yeah. She got a promotion. Now she manages more people. That particular person. And then for my last job, when I was working an office job, it wasn't okay. It was management that was the main issue, but it was also just like, it's a big company, and they just didn't pay out. They just didn't pay enough. They made it extremely difficult to ask for a raise. They made it extremely difficult to ask for a raise. So the main HQ for the company I worked at prior was in another country, right? It was in another country entirely. So, and they have this perception that all American employees are overpaid and they don't do enough work, no matter what you do. In order to get a raise, I couldn't just ask my boss for a raise. No, oh, we're part of a team. So you have to go to, basically, you have to have like a struggle argument court case where you get your entire team together and you have a court case. You basically go to court and you have to tell them, like a mock trial. You have to convince everyone there why you need a raise. You need to explain why your workload has changed. Find a security job near me, 22.5 an hour? Dude, that would be so sweet. I would actually be so happy with 22.5 an hour. So that was the case then. And I have to convince people who believe that American employees are overpaid and don't do enough work and don't work hard enough, that I need to deserve a raise when they're already underpaying me. For this, by the way, I was salaried, paid, and I was paid like 16.5 an hour at that office job. And I worked easily 60 hours a week. I'm sorry, someone was yelling outside and I'm just like, I'm a little, like, it scrambled my brain. One of my parents is screaming outside. I have no idea why. Not screaming like in pain, but like they're just arguing really loudly. I was Twitchy yapping and none of you came and got me. It's Farm Sim. This is the yapping game extraordinaire. This is the game for yapping. Job yapping? Yeah, we're talking about jobs. Talking about jobs. We got our big old farm plot. Jobs and how they suck. I like the sound of the truck. Uh-oh. Even just disconnected randomly and reconnected. I have no idea why. That was weird. I don't know what disconnected. It happened ever since I got this Just keep my distance. Thought that was me. No, it's been happening ever since I got this controller. I'm about to unplug it. I bought a USB controller, and I just don't want to lose the dongle, so I just keep it plugged in all the time. And ever since I got it, it's been making, every once in a while, it'll disconnect and reconnect randomly. So I just unplugged it right now. I'll find a safe place to put it. Like they won't work for such up wages under the threat of deportation. I wish I could keep doing my current job and just get paid more. Dude, I'm also so tired of people from entirely different generations, not just one generation, but multiple generations, looking at how much I make now and telling me that you make too much for what you do. He keeps ignoring me. Did you message me on Discord? What? You sent me cat pictures. Oh wait. Okay, hold on. Let me see then. What did I miss? Anime talk? You want me to talk about anime? You make too much for what you do, but you inflated the market. Yeah. Have you seen the price of a Big Mac recently? Oh yeah. We can talk about anime some. I'm just kind of talking. We're still talking about this though. Like right now, as I said, I don't understand what the mindset is of this. So we have this senior security guard, right? Who's been working at this place for ages. He's very old. He's a very old man. When my manager quits, he was basically the manager for a very short amount of time, for about a couple weeks, right? And he had access to everything, right? We were unironically talking about how there needs to be like a supervisor role for the particular area I'm in, for the camera room, because stuff like there's a lot of like back end stuff that I do, and I only do it because it's free, because if I don't do it, it'll never get done. And then I talked about, yeah, we need a role like that, you know, with appropriate pay. And he was like, "Oh, Twitchy, you're practically already the supervisor for that room, for the camera room." I was like, "Oh, so I'm doing supervisor work with no supervisor pay." And he looked at me dead in the eyes and said, "Twitchy, you make enough." I'm just like, what? To put things in perspective, he doesn't know what I know. He's trying to pull the wool over my eyes or some shit like that. I don't know. He doesn't know that I know that one of our former employees was offered 22 an hour to be a supervisor for the outside guards. And he's telling me that I make enough to be a supervisor at 18.5 an hour. I grew up with a farmer kid at my school. He played farming sim on his computer when he wanted to relax. Ain't that something? Yeah. I think this is a good game for getting your yapping juices going, you know. With good yapping juices. Like, isn't that absolute horseshit? This person is like completely disconnected. from what, like, the person telling me I was getting paid enough is completely disconnected. Like, he's like feigning ignorance, right? Take his homeboy, give him a nice chunk of debt, and then zero his bank account. Yeah. Then at least then we'd be on a similar playing field. Isn't this the one to yap with? Yeah. After several completely missed paychecks, I made about 38k. Played super for price. For that price, I thought it was 22. I found out I got shorted. I quit. Yeah. How much gas do you have? We still have plenty of gas. We've only tapped into like 5% of it, of the gas tank. When he touched 60k, I was quitting. He told me 60k wasn't enough to live on for a year and I'd make more staying. I asked him how much he thought I was getting paid. After several completely missed paychecks, I made about 38k. I've been down here before. I owe literally everything I have to it. Buy in now. Is now a good time to buy Bitcoin? You see, when I bought Bitcoin, it was like around the fall, around the winter or fall. I mean, I have recurring buys set up for Bitcoin, so I have been buying Bitcoin. It's just I just don't always buy the dip. I just buy a set amount every month, right? The thing is, I bought Bitcoin when it was like 17k. I dropped like $700. I don't have a lot of money to throw around, is the thing. I dropped $700 on Bitcoin when it was like 17k. Then it shot up to like 100k. Not that long ago. But I sold early. I sold it while it was at like 80k because I didn't think it would get any higher. Got my $700 back out of it, and now I've just got money, free money, quote unquote, floating around in Bitcoin. And then I've been doing my really small recurring buys every month. How many games is expensive now? You need the highest tier of turbo tanks to support that shit? The cat paid me in BTC, some old and crusty, and made the threaded barrel for the fucking Liberator. Oh. Turbo tax? I don't pay turbo tax. How much did you guys pay to get your taxes done? I have a lot of documents for my taxes that, so I ended up paying like I ended up getting like what is it? I think I ended up paying almost $200 just to get my taxes done because of all the paperwork I have. Because I have a business, right? You guys actually pay your taxes? Yeah. I have to. Free tax USA is not free. Too late to invest in gold. Used to be 13 grand in 2014, 2015. Never bought into Bitcoin. I don't trust it. Don't trust the assets backed by nothing. I would rather buy commodities. And before some wise guy says something about the dollar, it's backed by guns. Oh. Federal is free, but state is gay. Guys, if federal income tax went away, I would be so much better off. I wouldn't have stuff stealing my money all the time. Like, are we farming today? We're gonna plant wheat next month, but right now we're just plowing the field. Sales tax, but stay the hell out of my income? Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. Dude, okay, I can't understand some of the European mind. Sometimes. I was talking to one of my European friends about taxes. I was on her, all I basically had said was that, yeah, if I didn't have to pay federal income tax, then my college debt would already be paid off. And I would have an easier time paying off other things, right? And actually be able to afford stuff like moving out. And he looked at me and just unironically said, what are you, retarded? You have to pay taxes. And I'm just like, it's not a matter of not paying taxes. It's a matter of we're getting taxed too much, right? But they don't understand. They come from a country where they get taxed even more. They don't understand that more money in the hands of the American people would help them afford the things they need to afford. Like, gas prices can go up, but if income tax is gone, then they can afford their gas as long as they don't use it wrong, right? Any tariffs? I don't even know how the tariffs are affecting anything there. Not to mention inflation, yeah. Cube, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you. No, regions have a 50% income tax. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. 50% income tax. I would leave immediately. There's no way you would. There's no way I'd stay in that country. Taxes on imports and exports, so it trickles down and increases the cost to consumers. US 40% taxes gives those people free gas rides, free healthcare, and free school. Don't forget the companies just lie too much to make excuses about increased prices. Yeah, they do. They literally, so many places increased the price because of COVID. And then COVID ended, and then the prices just stayed that high. And then just stayed that high. They're literally pretending. They increased prices because of tariffs on digital goods. Yeah, that's insane. Fire truck manufacturers are still blaming COVID. They got their nuts dragged into Congress for it. Oh. Oh, they're stupid enough to pay these COVID prices, so screw them. That's why, like, if it wasn't for the fact, like, the only thing I think I buy new nowadays is food. And like digital video games. Everything I get is used. And even then, used stuff is increased in value because of COVID and inflation and tariffs, apparently. It's so ridiculous. Like, I bargain hunt so hard. I would rather buy an entire thing of used tools, even if they're a little bit shoddy, than to buy new stuff. If I think I can save some money on it, right? When the market is stable, they raise the prices so that in board meetings they can point at a slideshow and say number went up. Yep. It's ridiculous. All your groceries from Aldi? I've never been to Aldi. This is a good field. Are we even gonna finish it in time? Apparently he's crying that nobody buys anything anymore because they priced everyone out. Yeah. Honestly, I should delete my DoorDash account. I should just delete my DoorDash account. I shouldn't DoorDash anymore. Even though it's not that much more, and due to the amount of work I put in, you know, I can understand, like, obviously, I think people can understand that after I already work full time, and then I work, when I stream. To put things in perspective, guys, I streamed for 65 hours last month. That's basically another week and a half of full-time work, right? Not that I use streaming so much as work. It's just the amount of time I put in towards streaming. After a stream, sometimes I just feel like I don't want to move. I don't want to go out and get food. I'd rather just DoorDash it. You know what I mean? But honestly, it's just not affordable. It's not affordable anymore. Maybe I should just go back to starving all the time to save money. Remember that some places it's cheaper? For you, maybe. Not here. Seki, we already looked at it. Even though you're in a state where everything, the cost of living is way higher, for some reason the same meal items cost more here than over there. To put things in perspective, guys, the freaking, what is it? The 20-piece nug where Seki is like 50 cents cheaper than where I am from McDonald's. Even though the cost of living is lower here. I didn't say prices. I just said the difference. I didn't say prices, Seki. I just said what the difference is. It's 50 cents difference. So it costs more here, even though the cost of living is lower. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I said that before you said anything at all. Yeah. So what DoorDash is doing is that they probably have like a set rate, right? Charge at least this amount for this item. If it's in line with the local price, then they just keep it at the local price. But if it's an area where the cost of living is lower, and the price should be lower, they'll raise the price up to be equal to or more than the price of places where the cost of living is higher. Also, can we just talk about how inefficient in value freaking breakfast burritos and snack wraps are at McDonald's? You're paying several you're paying so much money for like a single chicken strip. Just don't eat McDonald's anymore. McDonald's used to be the affordable option. Now McDonald's is super expensive. You know what I mean? Now McDonald's is ridiculously expensive. I wonder how we remove the stones after plowing. Maybe, maybe there's a, are there any, or there is a roller. Are there any stone pickers? Yeah, there is. There's a pushable, oh. I guess I could do that to remove the stones. But I think the roller also pushes stones back into the earth, is the thing. There's something that uses the username Cube210. Tell him to go into Texas Heat and pick rocks. Yeah. It's a bunch of hand tools. Yeah, rock picker. Yeah, it's just we're currently limiting ourselves to stuff that's released prior to 1989, and apparently stone pickers just didn't exist, or at least there's no mods for one. I'm sure one does exist. It's just there's no one's made a mod for this game that has one from the 80s. Don't need a stone picker. You already picked one up. Yeah. See, because these stones will actually tear up your equipment. My whole meal at McDonald's is a ripoff? Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, the only expense I genuinely have right now, because I don't even really feel like buying anything. I just bought some like ramen and supplements and like shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, some clothes. That's the only those are the things I bought recently. I bought a dash cam. I think all that is pretty reasonable stuff to get, right? Because I've been needing a dash cam for a while. The main thing that siphons my money, other than the stuff I just mentioned, is DoorDash. And gas. You don't always need to drink soda? I don't. Today is actually the day I'm gonna quit energy drinks. I'm gonna quit energy drinks again. I'm gonna try to. It's just like, it's too expensive, right? It's like over $2 to buy an energy drink. It's too much. Because it's a lie? Oh geez, thanks for having faith in me, God. I said it, I'm gonna try to. But you're just calling me a liar, like, okay. I want to try and get better. You putting money in the Hex's right jar? I mean, did I ever disagree with you, Hex? Like, I've never said actually DoorDash is okay, actually energy drinks are fine. I just kind of still did it anyways. Sorry, I know you're going Monster Fiend again. I hope you can kick it. Yeah, I hope I can kick it. Got this Twitchy. I'm gonna try and switch to like Arizona green teas or something, because they have way less caffeine in them, and they're way more hydrating. I mean, do they make a sugar-free Arizona green tea? Drinking off the white can, kidney stone water. You're saying all this stuff that I was saying for months or a year ago. Yeah, I mean, I've quit energy drinks multiple times. Hex. I actually have quit them. I just end up relapsing. Because more than anything, I end up craving the taste of Monster. Like, I will drink a Monster just for the taste of it. Like, I don't even need the energy sometimes. I just like the taste of it. You know? That's kind of why I'm trying to see if I can hook myself on something else. Tea? Pretty economical? Yeah. Purposely addictive? Yeah. This is a pre-workout, much cheaper and no calories. It's called diet green tea for Arizona? Okay. I'll look for that then. It's really, really cheap. The Arizona green teas where I buy them are like $1.50 for a tall boy. A big tall boy can. Like a 20 or 22 ounce can. It's $3 a gallon? What? Bro! I might just have to buy it. Oh, man, instead of buying it from the place I've been buying it, I should buy the gallon and then just pour out a thermos and just bring it to work. Thank you for the 24 months, Heath. Thank you. Larger jugs of Arizona for cheaper. I didn't know. $3 a gallon. Now, this would be awesome. This would be even more awesome if my parents did this thing called didn't hoard shit in the fridge. Literally, I tried to ask my mom for space in the fridge to put my own things, and I got yelled at for an hour. I asked my mom if I could throw away rotten food to make space for me to put my stuff in the fridge, and I got yelled at for an hour. So if I could get the sweet tea, get a mini fridge, tempting. If I could get the cheap gallon sweet tea, and then just put it in a thermos and take it to work, that would be awesome. $80 and keep it in your room. I could. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I don't really have much space in my room. I want to get like a bed frame that's really tall, like a twin bed on a really tall frame, because then I could put stuff underneath it. We're almost done plowing this field. Which is nice because they double as a small table. Oh yeah. I'm just more worried about, like, because of how power hungry my computer is, I'm worried about blowing a fuse or something, or like tripping the breaker. Would you like me to order a gallon for you? It's Amazon Fresh. I don't have space for it if I bought some right now. I think what I should do, stop door dashing, start skipping lunches again like I used to, just never eat lunch ever again, and then start storing my own... Start bringing my own drinks to work. Maybe that's what I should do. The thing is, I don't know, when I was in big money saving mode, I was literally never eating lunch. You could get lunch too, that's what I do sometimes. Yeah, it's just like, I need to buy, like, I need more space in the fridge. Like, if I was to bring sandwich stuff, right? I mean, honestly, they have stuff to make tea at work. I could just make tea at work. Piece of oatmeal and just a quick cup of work. Give hot water. A bubbler at work? Yeah. That's true. I could do instant oatmeal. Oatmeal is so good for you. We need to see what I do when I go to work today, because like I said, I'm quitting energy drinks. We'll see what I do today. Because I might be drinking coffee again. That might be a solution for us. You can do it, Buggy? Yeah. Matcha is good, but it's expensive. You warned, does it say low stock, so I don't know how long it'll be there? Well, I don't even know if I have to, before I can order anything, Seki, I need to see if there's space in the fridge. Because I just don't think I have space right now. Maybe I could convince my parents to throw away some rotten food again. You know, lately, another big reason why I haven't been, I've been eating less at home is because, every single day I look in the fridge, there's mold on our food. Because someone leaves something out and never finishes it. This has happened multiple times now, where just entire things in the fridge are covered in mold. It's so bad. You threw a mold rinse through? It is not my fault. It is unironically the people I'm living with. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish my... I really wish... I don't know. I wish my parents could have a reality check. And just, like, look at what they're doing and realize how disgusting it is. But they don't. They've got, like, weird backwards OCD. Where they make things messier. I mean, I'm not a saint, by the way. Like, my room is a mess too. But like, my mess is contained to my room. If it starts to it starts to get out of my room, I get rid of it. It's just old people, yeah. Also, my parents broke the freezer on our fridge. Freezer-fridge combo. Probably because they constantly... My dad has this habit of he never closes things fully. I don't know why he does it, but he constantly, even though I tell him it's a huge risk, he leaves the front door unlocked and slightly ajar all the time. He leaves the freezer door, this is why the freezer is broken, by the way. The freezer door has been constantly left open because someone just doesn't close it fully. He thinks he closes it fully, but he doesn't. I constantly found it for years now with the freezer just kept slightly open. He doesn't fully screw on the lids of juice and like other cartons. He doesn't screw on the lids of jars all the way. I guess he thinks it makes it easier to access. Sometimes they're not even screwed on, they're just placed on top of the jar. Right? And I'm not trying to get playing, like I love Papa Buggy, but it's like, it's just like, wait, what kind of OCD causes that? He says he has OCD. And I don't know what kind of OCD causes someone to not fully close the lids on things. Like, what does that? I'm more concerned about the front door being constantly left open. The front door is left open for hours, all the time, and I'm just like, hey guys, let me show you a home invasion video. Doesn't that look scary? Do you want that to happen? Here, let me show you another home invasion video. They thought it would be awesome to leave their front door unlocked. Look what happened to them. You know, and they still don't get it. My parents don't get the clue. Don't get a clue. It's ridiculous. It drives me up the wall. I'm sorry. This yapping stream has turned into a venting stream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. We yap. We vented about work. We vented about all kinds of things. Let's talk about anime. Vending is still yapping. True. I just don't want people to tune in and be upset, right? I don't want people to tune in and be upset. I don't want to make anyone upset with my venting. Going to the grocery store is the shit. Now vents about anime. Seki and I watched Reincarnated as a Sword, which I think is a pretty solid 7 or 8 out of 10 so far. It's really good. I like it a lot. I like the setting. It is just the most high-octane anime I've ever seen in a while. I don't really have a better word to describe it other than high-octane. Maybe, yeah, I think it's more of an 8 out of 10. I think I just mainly have issues with the art direction of the anime. And there is a bit of a genericness to some things. The one with the cat girl? Yeah. It's the one with the cat girl. I like the action. I like that we have like, you know, these fantasy worlds, they always play by video game rules, right? And I like that. I like to see fantasy worlds where they play by video game rules, right? Even if the rules are weird and just kind of just fun, you know? Like, oh, you just get this, you get this, you get this. It's OP, you get OP. Fran cute? Yeah. Fran is cute. Let's see. Did we cover everything here? Apparently we missed some spots. Did we? Farmlands. Weird. Apparently there's still some carrots in some spots. I don't know how that happened. I like rewatching anime. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I really appreciate. Jeez Louise, can this tractor get moving? Go, go, go. I mean, I don't really see... It says there's still some carrot here. Which is weird to me. Oh well. I'm trying to go back up here. Let's see if we can get on the road instead. Get moving! Why is it not? There you go. Maybe I need bigger tires or something. Maybe these thin tires were a mistake. They look nice though. Hello, Sam. Alright, so we have to wait until next month. We have to wait until next month to get to where we can start seeding. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to that today. Let's take a look at the contracts. Fertilizing. Honestly, that's not a bad job. These are not bad jobs. You'd have to buy fertilizer. So I kind of want to focus on... Okay, see, this is messed up. You guys can't see it. Hold on, let me hide my model. I kind of want to stay away from doing contracts. Because here's the problem, right? It'll use an old tractor, but it'll give us a stone picker that's modern. Do you see this? It's trying to give us stuff that's relevant for our playthrough, but that is a humongous field. This is literally a hand sprayer. Do you see this? You know how long this would take? Hoeing. Obviously, that header doesn't... I think we're just gonna have to not do contracts, guys. Because, like, these fertilizing jobs seem really good. They don't seem too bad, but I think unironically, we just can't do contracts. It's a get, and then, yeah. I think the contracts are too messed up by the mod. Because see, what it's doing is that if it can't find a relevant item that's within the filter, it just gives you the modern one. And if it can find an item, sometimes it'll give one that doesn't make any sense. Like, we have no spraying equipment, but we have hand spraying. So they're going to charge us $320 for a hand spraying kit. If I go to sprayers right now... Look at this. I think this is a hand sprayer. Maybe. Wait, no, I think it's an attachment. Oh, yeah, it is an attachment. Wait, what? How does this work? I don't understand how this works. What is it? What? Does this attach to stuff? Wait, I think this is the attachment point. It attaches backwards. I think, see here? I think it attaches here, here, and here. Weird. Okay, so I guess it is possible, but at the same time, it's super duper inefficient. It could just be that I've like have a bad collection of mods, right? Not that the mods are bad, but I just have like a collection that's not ideal, right? I'm trying to figure out hand pushable tool. Remove stones from a field. Or do I want a roller? Can I see, is there a needs rolling? Cloud. Our beloved needs lime. What about all these stones? Do I have stuff for lime spring? Will that fall under here? Yeah, you can put lime in these. Fertilizer spreader, manure spreader. This can spread lime as well. The thing is... Oh, you could just buy lime. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna do lime treatment right now. I was watching Slime again. Oh, Slime is really good. We've been watching Reincarnated as a Slime, and it's really good. I really enjoy it a lot. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the lime treatment, and I'm not gonna go through this field again trying to find those little pieces to work on. So I think what we're gonna do is I don't know where sleep is. Maybe I'm supposed to buy a house. How to progress to the next day. Was I supposed to buy a house? No, this is just a farm. Cool combos earlier. Did you have a good night? See you next time. All right, take care. Is this a place where I can sleep? Oh, I don't think we can progress the next day. Well, I guess that's why we're doing a test run right now, because it seems that I can't progress to the next day. Because there's no place to sleep. Maybe there's a sleeping bag or a tent I can get. Okay, so let's go back to... Yeah, usually it would show like a bed or something. Let's go back here. I can't remember what the... Super strength? I have super strength mod installed? I didn't know. What the button is to open up the building menu. You need a little camper? Yeah. I can't remember what the button is to open up the building menu. Let me check settings. Build mode. Left shift P. Shed, silos, silo extensions, constructibles. There's a log cabin, a farmhouse. Deliver the oh, these are constructible. Okay. Farmhouses. I can't afford it. Otherwise, I would place something like right here. Factories, cows, fences. You fully caught up on slime? Since season 4 is airing right now? Ooh. I would like that. I guess we're literally homeless, guys. I guess we're literally homeless. I would just place something right here if I could. But we have no money. I didn't realize that this map doesn't have a place to sleep. So I can't progress to the next day. Well, I can. I just have to speed up all the time. And all the money on contractors now homeless? Yeah, I guess so. And we have to progress time a lot. Huh. Is there really no place to sleep on this map? Okay, that looks like a house there. Let me try going here again. No, that's just a shed. Is this a place to sleep? You can't even go in there. No sleep, only work? I guess so. Especially if I want to avoid doing contract. Wait, seriously. Wait, hold on. Repair shop, vehicles. Manure, animal dealer. Piggy! I want to have pigs. Look at all the cows they have. Animal dealer, construction. Is this for real though? Okay, maybe I should look for a mod that adds like a really cheap building that allows me to sleep. Maybe that's what I need to do. Saving content. What axe does this game have? Axes and chainsaws? It has chainsaws by default. The axe is just another chainsaw, essentially. I guess I should have went with the cheaper property. I didn't even think of it. Like, Now we have to install another mod. But like we could have went with this really cheap property up here. But then we would have been done with it in an instant. You know. And then maybe place like a trailer over here. Machine cells are just a generic tool. Make sure you guys follow. No, you actually have to cut stuff. It's pretty crazy. No, there's not even really space for a trailer here. Maybe like right here. But then where would we keep all of our stuff, our equipment? Huh, okay. I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna quit the menu. Because they're almost at 3 hours anyways. I'm gonna look, like, do we need housing? Maybe like camper. Tent. Pioneer tent with sleeping function. Is it 20 grand for a tent? $26. For a camouflage tent. Let me just look at what is it? Is there stuff for sheds? Farmhouses. Is there a really cheap one that looks nice? Mobile home. 10K. Alright, this isn't bad. Change clothes and sleep trigger. Opening doors. Starting farmers. Save money on expensive farmhouses. Monostatic only. Cannot be transported. Daily upkeep 0. That might work for us. Treehouse. These are shipping container homes. Constructible hut. Thatched house. Polish house. Portable sleep trigger with wardrobe function. Renovated house. Polish house. Home carpet. House with pool. Old house. Oh, these are actually... Oh, you can actually put these on the back of stuff. This is an actual camper. That would actually be pretty nice to have later on. But I think we might just have to go with this one. A grand? It's got 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, 4.5 out of... Okay. We'll get this one. Comes in all different colors. That prefab could even short it without the world see. We just need the sleep trigger more than anything. How much of the property is actually ours? I have a mod that allows me to place anything anywhere, and I just, you know, I just gotta not abuse it. You know what I mean? Because last time we played, I got really upset because I accidentally tore up part of the road and I couldn't fix it. It was really stupid that I couldn't fix it. There you go. Yay! Comfy little... That looks like a very comfy bed. This should work out. I hope that's not too close to the farm. I don't think it is. How long do you typically stream for? You might end up being listened to at the gym. My schedule has been, I stream for about 3 to 4 hours on Tuesdays, and then Fridays and Saturdays I stream for way longer. I stream for at least 6 hours on Fridays and Saturdays. But those are also starting later at 10 p.m. This is only really Tuesday is the one that starts at 6 p.m. and yeah, because I have work soon is the thing. It just hit 9 p.m. I have to go to work in 2 hours, and I could probably do stuff like eat food and take a shower and stuff like that, right? So we're about to wrap up right now. But we made some good progress today. We plowed the field. Next month we're going to start seeding, which is going to be wheat or barley. Probably wheat, because we have we look at the map. They have a flour mill. And can I check the prices of things? Yeah, wheat sells for more. The only really things we can grow is wheat, barley, canola, long grain, rice. Soybeans would be the most. But yeah, we're gonna be doing wheat. And it would sell for the most in January. When do we execute the rich farmers? Never. Here's our vehicles. Yeah, we've had our 18 months old. Condition 57%. Ooh, I didn't realize it was in such rough shape. We should be okay though. Finances. New vehicles. Yeah. Alright. I think we're gonna call it for today. We're definitely gonna call it for today. Let's look for someone to raid. Yeah, I'm still getting warnings on YouTube for some reason. It's a little odd to me. I don't know why it's doing that. We'll raid Nova on YouTube. And who are we raiding on Twitch? We can raid Pickle. We haven't raided Pickle in forever. Ignore the YouTube warnings. Yeah. Hello, my beloved Pickle. We'll raid Pickle. Pickle, Pickle, Pickle. It's our raid message. She's been going for an hour. I don't know how much longer she's going for. It's starting raid. Alright, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into my stream. I had a blast hanging out with all of you. Thank you so much for listening to my yappage. My yappage of hell. Thank you so much for watching me try some new stuff on Farm Sim. Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad you guys like it. It's really, I'm really happy that y'all like it. I mean, I feel like we've been lacking some yappage lately in general, because Car Mechanic Sim, I don't really yap as much as I should. But yeah, this feels good. This feels really good. I'm happy we streamed this today. And let me know what you think. You know, let me know on Discord if you like Farm Sim. All right. I will see you all on Friday at 10 p.m. with more Terraria with Seki. And then after that, on Saturday, we'll either do more Farm Sim or maybe Card Mechanic Sim. We'll see. All right, have a good one. Be nice to Pickle, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye.